Hi, it's Damon of Exclusively Malta, and decided to stop by a workshop of our good friend and artisan, and you'll learn more about that in a second, Francesco Sultana, to see what he's been working on and show us a little bit of something that that really dives into Maltese culture and history. It's music related, it's art related. I'll stop there and let Francesco talk a little bit. Francesco, what have you got going on?
So thank you. Well, you're lucky actually, because it's quite a specific time of the year where I have actually just started curing this little piece of goat skin that will eventually turn into a Maltese bagpipe.
You're kidding? Okay.
Yeah, this will be my second bagpipe ever, and well, I just hope it turns out fine.
And when people think of bagpipes, they automatically think of United Kingdom, they think of Scotland. Would you find even locals are very surprised to hear that there's a Maltese bagpipe tradition?
Yeah, even locals are surprised because the tradition is basically lost. Every country had its own.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And which country would you say or peoples spread the bagpipe originally?
Well, first of all, the tradition is a bit of a question mark. It might go back even to the Egyptian or Greek times.
Okay.
But definitely from the Roman period onwards, the invention of the bagpipe is mentioned in some texts, or at least it's attributed in certain texts. So we're talking about an instrument that technology-wise is 2,000 years old.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so 2,000 years old that we know of or think of. What about Malta?
So probably in Malta it arrived more or less either with the time of the Arabs or closer to the Knights of St. John, where there was one guy in the 1700s or late 17th century decided to write about a lot of folk stuff in Malta, and he mentions this bagpipe, the iż-żaqq, as having been introduced by Greek communities.
Okay.
That's why it's so similar to the Greek bagpipe as well. But we're not yet sure. We haven't found this as a fact. I mean, by tradition. It's only one guy who says that.
So what makes a Maltese bagpipe Maltese?
So it's basically the skin, I would say.
Alright.
Because it's the only bagpipe made out of the whole thing. Out of the whole skin of an animal, in this case a goat. So there's no cuts, nothing whatsoever. It's the whole skin, and it takes the shape of the whole animal. So it's all about just closing all the holes there are,
Right.
and then fitting the instrument inside, and it will be basically like this.
Amazing. Oh gosh.
Well, this is this
There's
skin.
a few parts then.
Yeah, so this is this skin, we call jilt, and this is the instrument we call sa'afa. And the sa'afa goes inside the jilt to make the bagpipe. It sounds exactly the same if I would play it with my mouth. And there it goes. I inflate it from its front leg.
Is it always that leg?
Unless you're left-handed. Goes under the armpit,
Yeah.
and then you just press. I could also sing and talk, but we don't have yet any clue as to what singing was done, what song would have been sung. So we just know of this instrument as having been always played with a tambourine by itself. So in no other band. And I mean, it's a poor man's instrument, so it's from a rural community, so you wouldn't have seen this in noble Valletta inside the palaces, just out on the street by buskers probably.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, my friend,
you.
for your time. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to our customers that have the opportunity to visit the Maltese Islands and have private visits with Francesco. Thank you again, and we wish you best of luck.
Much.
Thank you.